We adore our cats. We cuddle them, care for them, and go out of our way to make sure they're comfortable, entertained, and well fed. But what if your cat doesn't quite return that love in the way you imagine? What if the bond you think you have is more one-sided than you hoped? This video isn't here to break hearts. Quite the opposite. It's meant to shine a light on subtle feline behaviors that might indicate stress, discomfort, or emotional distance, and what you can do to change that. Because the truth is, if your cat seems to not love you, it's often not about love at all. It's about how your cat feels in their environment, including around you. Let's walk through the signs that your cat might not be feeling that deep connection just yet, and more importantly, how to help build one. Cats speak volumes with their eyes. A long, soft gaze followed by a slow blink is a well-known feline sign of affection. It's their way of saying, "I trust you, I'm safe here." It's not just anecdotal. Studies in feline behavior have shown that slow blinking is a social signal among cats and between cats and humans. But if your cat consistently avoids your gaze, especially when you're trying to interact, that could suggest a lack of trust. If they leave the room when you enter or shy away from your glance, it might not mean they dislike you, but it may mean they're not comfortable enough to be vulnerable in your presence. That vulnerability, that mutual trust, is where love lives in the feline world. One user shared in the comments, "I slow blinked at my cat and she ran and jumped into my arms." That moment captures the magic of feline trust. If your cat isn't responding with slow blinks, try initiating them regularly. Don't stare. Just soften your gaze, blink slowly, and look away. Give them the choice to respond. Over time, many do. Unlike dogs, a cat's tail is a much more nuanced communication tool. A raised tail with a hooked tip? That's a warm greeting. But a rapidly flicking tail, especially when you're nearby, usually spells agitation. If your cat flicks their tail when you sit beside them, or when you reach out to touch them, it's likely they're irritated, or worse, warning you to back off. In the wild, tail flicking signals to predators or rivals that they're annoyed, focused, or on edge. In one particularly insightful comment, someone noted their cat wagged their tail when excited, like a dog, because they were raised by one. That's a reminder. Context matters. But unless your cat has that unique background, consistent tail flicking around you might mean they're overstimulated or uncomfortable in your presence. One way to approach this? Observe. Is the tail movement slow and rhythmic, or fast and sharp? Are they vocalizing or meowing in frustration? Pair tail language with other signs, ears back, dilated pupils, body stiffening, to better understand their emotional state. Cats love to scratch. It's normal, healthy behavior. It marks territory, stretches muscles, and removes dead layers from their claws. But if your cat is scratching far more than usual, especially in unusual places, it may be more than a quirky habit. It might be emotional distress. Indeed, des Zwiebers. Think of it like nervous pacing in humans. When cats feel anxious, their scratching may increase dramatically. Has the environment changed? A new pet? A recent move? Even rearranging furniture can be unsettling. One commenter told a story of a cat that scratched his favorite chair during his evening mad minutes, but never damaged anything else. That's very different from a cat who suddenly starts tearing into carpets, walls, or unfamiliar spots around the home. Excessive scratching can also signal physical issues like skin allergies or parasites. If paired with redness, swelling, or hair loss, it's time for a vet visit. But if the issue seems behavioral, provide safe outlets like multiple scratching posts, cat trees, and interactive toys. Avoid punishment. Instead, redirect and reassure. When a cat begins avoiding the litter box, it's rarely out of spite. In fact, it's often a red flag for distress, anxiety, or illness. Cats are inherently clean animals, and if something's off in their toileting habits, it usually means something's off in their world. A major feline study revealed a strong connection between stress and inappropriate urination. Stressed cats were far more likely to urinate outside the box. The cause? Often subtle shifts in their routine or environment, a new person in the home, tension between pets, or even an unclean litter box. One commenter had a unique case. A cat who never used the litter box, but always asked to go outside, even when alone. While that cat was consistent and clean in his own way, sudden or erratic litter box issues shouldn't be ignored. If your cat starts avoiding the box, rule out health issues first. A urinary tract infection or bladder inflammation can be painful and lead to accidents. Then look at emotional triggers. Are you unknowingly adding stress to their environment? Grooming is a comfort behavior for cats, but when it becomes obsessive, it's a loud whisper of emotional or physical pain. Bald patches, irritation, and compulsive licking all point to possible problems. 2 comments stood out. One user mentioned their cat had overgroomed for 3 years while living in a crowded shelter. Despite now being in a loving home, she continues the habit. A vet has cleared her of physical issues, suggesting it's now a learned behavior, once driven by stress, now maintained by habit. Another person shared that their cat's overgrooming subsided after some care and environmental adjustments. Her fur grew back. These stories highlight the spectrum of grooming behaviors, some reversible, some deeply ingrained. If your cat is licking excessively, first rule out fleas, allergies, and skin conditions. If the vet gives the all clear, take a closer look at their mental landscape. Are they lonely? Is there enough stimulation? Even the wrong kind of litter or food dish material can contribute to stress. If your normally outgoing cat has become a shadow, disappearing for hours or days, it's time to pay attention. Hiding is deeply instinctual in cats. In the wild, the sick or injured avoid detection to stay safe. This behavior persists even in the comfort of a living room. But chronic hiding doesn't just mean illness. It can be a sign of emotional discomfort, fear, or overstimulation. Are there loud noises? Conflicts with other pets? Too much handling? One user shared that their elderly cat would get stuck scratching the couch and meow for help. That trust, to ask for help and allow touch, shows a bond. But a cat who avoids all contact may feel unsafe or overwhelmed. Check for other signs: loss of appetite, reduced grooming, changes in vocalization. If multiple red flags appear, schedule a vet visit. Cats aren't dogs. They won't jump into your lap every time you walk in, but they do show love in quiet, sometimes bizarre ways. Following you from room to room, sitting near you while you work, bringing you gifts. These are all forms of affection. So if your cat doesn't want cuddles, don't take it personally. One commenter said their cat shows love by sleeping at their feet and following them everywhere, but recoils from touch. Another noted tail smacking as a way to demand play. If your cat truly ignores every affectionate gesture, though, it could signal discomfort, not necessarily toward you, but in general. Pain, fear, past trauma, they all shut down emotional availability. Give them space. Let them initiate. Over time, many cats warm up when they feel safe. One heartwarming comment stood out. As a guy, earning the trust of our new kitten took effort, but it was worth it the first time she climbed on my lap. That moment of first trust is transformative for both of you. If your cat exhibits any of the signs we've discussed, avoidance, tail flicking, scratching, litter issues, overgrooming, hiding, or unresponsiveness, it doesn't mean they hate you. It means something isn't right in their world. You're a big part of that world, and that means you have the power to make it better. Provide consistency. Offer them choice. Respect their boundaries. Create an enriching environment. Observe, adjust, and meet them where they are, not where you want them to be. And when the breakthrough comes, when they slow blink, curl up beside you, or rub against your leg, you'll know the love is there. It always was. It just needed time, space, and understanding to blossom. If this video helped you understand your cat better, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. And most importantly, share it with fellow cat lovers, especially those who might feel like their feline friend is distant or detached. Sometimes all we need is a little insight to turn the cold shoulder into a warm purr.